And we're fucking starting. Okay.
Yay!
Okay. I'm just gonna hit it, and we've decided to leave that Dark Knight shooting
I think that's fair enough.
thing. I think. What?
No.
It's great that he's got sentence, and I'm not sure about the death sentence personally, but either way, he's going to jail for the rest of his life. That doesn't happen. So
Yeah.
let's leave it out of the actual podcast though.
Fair enough.
And do you want to have a quick look at that Hateful Eight trailer before we start though, Chris?
Let's have a look.
I'll have a sneaky look.
Okay. Oh! Samuel L. Jackson's in it. Huh.
Who would stop that?
He hasn't been anything for ages. Okay, I'm watching. This is a great podcast.
Oh, it's the bomb. Have you
We do
seen
this
the
on podcasts all the time. We're not
Flash
actually
Season
cutting
2
into our
teaser
actual
poster?
podcast. What?
Bear with me now, I'm just...
Yeah, I saw that, James. It's the one with the done from the cover, is it?
Yeah, class.
I'm coming. Pull back.
Hmm.
He's wanted dead or alive for murder. When his son comes out, I'm taking it. Is there anybody here committed to stopping me from doing that? Well. That means have to action.
Hmm.
Yes, it does.
This is enthralling. Anybody that's listening to the live, which I don't think anybody would.
Move a little strange, you're gonna get a book. Not a warning, not a question. A book. Oh, now we're talking.
That's some mustache and Kurt Russell.
That's
Yes.
not Kurt Russell. It's Kurt Russell. Yeah, it's Kurt Russell. Yeah, I'm thinking of getting mixed up. What's up?
Cool, I'm happy with that. I'm seeing that.
Yeah, I think we were all going to see it.
Well, you know, I like a good Western, and that just looks like a good Western. It just
Yeah.
happens to be probably a good Tarantino film as well.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll just do the intro then. Hello and welcome to this week's Nevermind the Buzzcast with me, Stephen, and with Chris,
Hello.
and with James.
Hey,
And today, this week, we've just come off from Dublin Comic Con, probably one of the, along with MCM, probably the biggest Comic Con we have. And whereas MCM probably had with the RDS, probably had the push of previous years. Now that they've moved to the Dublin Convention Centre, is a lot better. What kind of things did you get up to, Chris?
I
Not that you could see anything, of course.
not that I could see anything.
It was a world of horror.
For the first time as Matt Murdock, and that was kind of cool. Just because I thought people would probably think I'm blind, and one or two people actually did.
Yeah.
But anyone else I met was going, "That's Matt Murdock. Oh, it's cool. It's Matt Murdock." It was really weird, but really cool.
Yeah.
It kind of felt like a weird kind of taking with you and thinking, yeah, fine, sure. So there was one point that I did walk into a pole. So yeah, I was.
How did that Polish guy feel?
um, so yeah, that was cool. But the overall experience, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great fun. I'd been to it before, and this definitely is a better venue for it.
It showed in the signings prices, I noticed.
There was a
It
witch.
showed in the signings prices. The money
Yes.
for the signing and the photos definitely took a big jump up this year.
Well, like last year, I think I paid 20 quid to get a picture and a autograph with Kevin Conroy,
Yeah.
and then it was 60 quid to see Xander. You know,
Yeah.
there's a huge difference. Huge
Yeah,
difference.
like I didn't get the signing. I just got the photo, and took them on my own my phone, and that was 30. You know,
like
but to get both, you would have had to pay $60. Yeah.
I had previously online booked for Anya, for my girlfriend, because she's a huge Buffy fan.
Yeah.
For 2 o'clock, and I said, "Oh, do we go over and get a picture taken right now?" And they told me, "Oh no, well, if you go over and get your own picture taken with your phone, it's going to cost you extra. So wait until 2 because you've already paid." I'm like, grand.
Yeah.
But I found with the professional photographs, well, they're professional. You kind of wait a picture taken and you're gone out the door within 60 seconds.
Yeah, it's like a conveyor belt.
If you went up to them at their table, if you went up to them at their table, you'd be able to talk to them and say hello to them. And even though you're paying the same money, you get a bit more of experience out of it.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But you go into that and you know what prices you're paying already, so you're aware of, right, this is what I can do, this is what I can't do. But I spent a lot of time around the artists, Sadie, way weirdly. I didn't go near the big draws there, I suppose. I kind of went into see what the Irish artists were doing, and I picked up a Daredevil original sketch, which was cool.
Who was that boy again? Do you
Pardon?
know? Who was that boy? That one.
It was by Rob Carey, is his name? I didn't actually know at the time. I'd forgotten to ask if it was a buy. I just really liked it, so I just put money down straight away.
Same with me. That guy that you asked me about.
Yeah.
I had to back up his name.
He had, and even after purchasing that, he actually had this huge portfolio, and when I skimmed through it, it was like, Jesus, there's more that he did. There was a cool Spider Gwen that he had there, and there was different things he did, and he gave me along with that of Daredevil. It's all coloured and everything. He said, "There, you might as well have that along with it." So I was happy with that. Got that Sherlock Holmes book. I don't know if you saw that there.
Oh no, I got that as well because it was for charity and the art looked quite nice, and you know.
Yeah, it was, and I picked up one for myself and one for a friend of mine, and then I got a print there as well that was framed. And then I just picked up a few. It was mostly, weirdly enough, Irish artists and comics that I kind of went for. I'm always looking out at cons for something unique for myself, because you go to your comic book shop, you go to your Big Bangs, your Forbidden Planet, you pick up your comics there, but these cons, there's things that you wouldn't normally see, so I wanted to get something like that. So I pretty much did. It was mostly comics. And there's a comic called Moon. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but I picked up issue 3 because I got an issue 1 and 2, and that's so much fun. That's mental. But yeah, it was good. I spent a lot of time up there, went around downstairs a little bit at the stalls, but really, really, really enjoyed it, and the buzz of it was really cool. And even some of the displays were quite cool, like the walking, the guys who were actually dressed as zombies, who were in the cage for the day, and they were walking around, and it was little things like that, touches like that, they put a lot more work into it than they had previous years, Yeah. So I was really impressed, and I kind of half wish I went back for the second one, even just for the talks. But money-wise, it's not something. I pretty much spent all my money that day, so I can't do it. But
yeah, I'm definitely going to have to bring a lot more money next time.
Yeah, I brought 160, and my girlfriend brought 120.
Yeah.
And it was gone.
Yeah, I only had like about 20 155, and I was being particularly frugal.
Yeah.
Like as you said, you got the whole the whole shebang when you went up to give for them to sign like.
Mm.
But I pretty much I pretty much only paid for taking a photo because I wouldn't know where I'd put a signed picture, to be honest. Like, even
Well,
the signed pictures I have from the other years are probably more likely to put up the art, on the wall than put up the signed pictures,
well, that's the thing. If it's an artist, you get it
Yeah,
signed. If it's an
yeah,
actor that you like, you get a photograph.
yeah,
That's we got the signature because again, Buffy fan, but like if it was Rooker, I didn't get to see him. I got up to the queues and watched him interact with people, and he seemed like he was really cool. But if I'd met him, I would have just paid for the photograph and chat.
yeah, yeah. No, no. I went up to him and have you seen the picture of that lad that was turned upside down?
Yeah.
I was in the queue while that was happening, so I was
Uh-huh.
like, I said, I'm gonna ask him to put me in a headlock, and apparently that's what your man asked, but Rooker just went, I know something better. I think I probably looked a bit too heavy for him, but that man is strong. He picked up that lad and he held him for a good couple of minutes in that position with one arm.
Mm. I
Now,
well believe it.
I'm a good bit heavier than that lad was, so fair play to him. But that was a proper headlock he put me in. That was a martial arts headlock. That wasn't none of your like nuggy headlocks.
Hardly he's 60.
What?
Hardly he's 60.
Oh no, and he looks well for it.
Like
Uh,
drop.
he's dreamy. Ooh, Michael Rooker. but no, he was sound like, so I got a couple of pictures with him for the 30,
Yeah.
and he was very good with kids and families. You could see it on the queue, like, he was just taking care of all the kids and everything. He was great
Mm.
with them. He seems like he's quite hyper, like he's kind of like if like he's like a truck full of
I watched a
cats let
video. I
loose in a
watched
wool
a
factory.
quick
What?
video of him at the panel that he did.
Yeah.
Did you watch that about him eating a flake for the first time?
No, but apparently he got a load on his way home, so he
Yeah, he
hasn't had
did.
it. Well, that's
He
because
I think some fan gave him a load on his way home, and some other fan did something else from I can't remember. But um, yeah, he just seemed to.
American chocolate is horrible compared to ours.
Yeah,
Gather
it
he,
really is.
What?
he went ape for it, did he? The flakes.
Yeah.
How,
Yeah.
He went flaky
how
for it,
animated
James.
did he get?
He got lots of at least 4 as a present.
Yeah. I
No?
mean, when he's at the panel, like the footage, how did he kind of carry on? Did he kind of go like, "Oh my gosh"?
He kind of like he didn't go, "Oh my God, this is the best thing ever," but he kind of he seemed so surprised by it that he just started eating more and more of it. Like, this is what I like. Is this one of yours? What? He seemed like he enjoyed it. It wasn't just a case of saying it for the sake of being a crowd pleaser.
Yeah.
Oh, there was actually I was at the Buffy panel on the Sunday.
What was that like?
Oh, that was quite funny. Nicholas Brandon especially was funny. Like Emma Caulfield kind of seemed nice, goofy, absent kind of girl. Like, she wasn't stupid, but like she was like kind of like, just easy going and just letting things flow. Where he was very funny.
Yeah.
He let's see, he was asked at one point. Now, people were saying he shouldn't say stuff like this on the panel, but then again, because just in case there was kids in the audience, which there probably were a couple. But he was asked like if he was to have a bromance between the guy that played his mate in the first episode,
Mhm.
Anthony Stewart Head or James Masters,
Mhm.
like who would he have with? And like he took it down a sexual route rather than just like just bromance, right?
All right.
But
Who did he pick?
he picked Tony Stewart Head because he's seen him dressed as a woman in what's it, the Rocky Horror Picture Show,
Right.
right? So he says, yeah, he actually makes a really nice woman, like But then at the end, just to cap it off, he said, Tony would have to get like a tattoo of breasts on his back.
Hey.
I was like, he wasn't graphic at all. Like any kid wouldn't even get what he meant by that. I was like, but like I mentioned that on the pubcast, which are the people that are presenting all the other half of the panels. Like they put up a post about it, and I said, well, Anthony Stewart Head needs to get that tattoo, and that's all I put. Right, and then some mother of two like puts down replies directly to me on Facebook. I was like, Nicholas Brandon should have known better to say something like that in a family event, and I'm going, well, he wasn't graphic at all. If kids aren't going to get what he meant by that, like, it's like, you know.
In all
But,
fairness, though, like that sort of thing, if you watch Buffy, it's not like it's rampant with sexual innuendos.
Yeah.
Through that, and there is references along the way. Like
Yeah.
5-year-olds maybe shouldn't be watching it in the first place, you know, and it's an old enough show, so.
Yeah, it's like it's a teen drama with supernatural trappings. They probably wouldn't even enjoy it on the same level.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, well, yeah, I'll just quickly go through. Let's see, who did I see? I saw Nicholas Brandon.
Mhm.
He was lovely. He
He's
looked
really
like he was the most friendly out of all of them, I would have to say.
Yeah.
For someone that's having him a substance abuse problem, he was very friendly. And Emma Caulfield was fairly friendly. I asked her to put bunny ears, and if you've seen the pictures,
Yeah.
she didn't quite get what bunny ears should look like, because I was going on the whole Anya thing, bunny ears, you know.
Got it.
Yeah, but you know, it's still a great picture. And she was quite nice. I told her that the whole body, her part of the body episode was probably the part that broke me up. Like, you know, when Annie doesn't understand like why someone has to die, like, you know, it's like because she's been demon for so long. And someone said that in the panel as well. And and I also saw Simon Furman, who is probably Marvel UK's premier Transformers writer, and he's wrote Doctor Who just for James's sake. There, he has had other things and cartoons and stuff like that. But that was like meeting my comic book hero, the guy that got me into comic books. Like, you know what I mean? It's like
That's a big deal.
Well, sorry,
It's a
I
big
tried
deal.
not to. But like, you know, that was probably meant more to me on a level than meeting the people for television. you know, you know. And he signed for free. I got one of his comic book scripts signed for €10. You know,
Nice.
I couldn't quite stretch into the actual the actual signed comic books, but I'm still happy. Like, I got my Death's Head collection, because that's another character he created.
Good character. I like that character.
Yeah. Do you like the original version?
Yeah, I
Because
remember
there's
back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Um,
we lost Evan, have we?
we've lost Chris. We never had Evan.
All right, we've lost one.
We better. We'll just try to get back there. I'll just send him an invite. But
He's only living in Dundrum as well, so it shouldn't have been that awful for him.
yeah. But as I was saying, yeah, pretty much Death's Head 1 is the original character, and they actually had to do a little mini story in Marvel UK how the rights didn't become Hasbro's, because otherwise he would have debuted in a Transformers comic.
Right.
And they did the same thing with Circuit Breaker. They put her in Secret Wars in America
Right.
before but they haven't really used Circuit Breaker anywhere else, because I think she's a bit too Transformer centric.
Yeah.
You know, whereas you get a crazy space bounty hunter that doesn't like to be called a bounty hunter, so you can put him anywhere. You know.
Yeah.
Ah, we got Chris back. Can you hear us?
Not sure. You
There
might.
it is. We can't hear you.
Yeah, he's going crap.
Oh, there you go again. I'll send him another one. So I had a collection of the comics after the Transformers comics he was in. Like, there was one called Dragon's Claws that didn't last long. It was a UK series about like kind of murder games in the future.
Which strip did Gary Frank do? Gary Frank started out at Marvel UK back in the day.
Can't be sure. See, they all kind of came. Simon Furman was saying they, like, all the English artists either came up through 2008 or Marvel UK. So,
Yeah.
Gary Frank sounds familiar. I can't put it.
Let me Google it.
Yeah, Googleize it. Seeing as we're waiting for Chris, some of this stuff will probably go out.
The Wikipedia says.
You googly. Are you Googleizing?
He was a regular series artist on Motormouth and Kill Power from Marvel UK.
I vaguely remember Motormouth seeing pictures of it, but
Yeah.
never read any of it.
Like, he is a stonkingly good artist.
Yeah.
Very nice guy. I met him back when I was going through my massive comic fanboy phase.
Yeah.
In the 90s and stuff like that. And he was a really nice guy.
Yeah. I think the big artists, like, they probably done other Marvel UK stuff on Marvel UK Transformers were Jeff Senior and Andrew Wildman.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was really sound. Like, he was saying he's doing some cartoon stuff at the moment, so he's taking a break from comics.
He pays better too, in fairness.
Probably. Like,
anyone doing
big
comics,
creator name, like, he's mostly done horror stuff out, like.
Yeah, kind of like a jobbing kind of writer creator.
Let's have a look, see if
I think it's updating again for him.
Yay, Windows.
Trust
I did move on to Windows 10, by the way. I was saying I did move on to Windows 10, by the way.
I think it's fine.
Yeah. He's gonna, yeah, maybe. Yeah, give it a go. Not good at typing. Yeah, you're quicker than that. You have probably my mic is right in front of my keyboard.
All right.
Reach around it.
I'm using the MacBook's mic, built-in mic.
Aha! Look at you and your fancy stuff.
It's the work one. That's why I don't really like doing anything else with it. I can do the Hangouts, no problem, but
I have to be ghetto because I don't have a proper job. What?
Has its pluses and minuses.
Yeah. Hey, Chris.
Maybe. What's it like?
It's actually better than your laptop.
Is it?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Turn off the video just to probably make it a bit better. Is it possible to do that?
You zoomed in on
your
yourself.
nostrils.
Ah! It's like Fantastic Voyage, but not so fantastic.
It's like Fantastic Four, but not as terrible.
Let me have a look and see if I can switch up the camera. Any better?
Yeah, good. It's actually probably better than your laptop. I think it's actually better than your laptop so far.
Fuck's sake. My laptop just froze. I did updates and wanted to update. It decided to turn off. Now it's starting again. I don't know.
Okay, well, we might as well stick with this as long as it works.
Okay, grand.
Yeah. So, well, actually, I'll just quickly move on to the stories now because I think we've said enough about Comic-Con.
Yeah, I'm so over Comic-Con.
Yeah, and we want to give James poor James a chance to talk.
Yeah. Oh, look at me, I met Xander.
Yeah.
Actually, just before we go any further in relation to Stephen, I want to ask you: are you going to the MCM?
I don't think I'm gonna have the money after that one.
Yeah,
It's too
I'm.
soon after, and the guest list doesn't look that good to me either.
Yeah, I'm kind of half thinking that too.
Yeah, and to be honest, it'd probably only be Katrina Law from Arrow that I want to see, and that's only because she's fanciable, not because I really like her character. Yeah,
She is pretty striking.
she is. She's a striking lady.
Yeah.
She's a very handsome woman. And,
She
but
smells pretty.
what?
Smell manly.
She looks like she smells pretty.
Yeah.
Can't smell her through the television. I think
Well,
I can. Maybe Chris with his daredevil powers can smell her through the television. Like he can smell bricks. But nevertheless, let's move on. Let's go to our first piece of order is the new Hateful Eight trailer. We've got a Hateful Eight trailer, and it looks very nice. A lot of Samuel L. Jackson being badass and Kurt Russell being badass and
Jennifer
other
Jason
badasses
Leigh
being
being
badass.
demented.
What's that?
Jennifer Jason Leigh being demented. I don't think she plays like a straight normal character. She always has some mad little quirk.
Yeah. And even in serious dramatic roles, has to have some kind of mental health issue.
Yeah.
Like she's depressed or she's manic depressed or
Great actress though, and kind of fearless.
yeah. No, I think so. Yeah, like I love a bit of Jennifer Jason Leigh, like scary redhead,
Well, there's that
taking over your
Last
world.
Exit to Brooklyn, which is like a fairly dark movie, and you're going, oh, this is so depressing.
Yeah.
And I was actually only thinking of her this like today. I was listening to a
What were you doing when you were
Last
thinking
Cup
of
of
her?
Sorrow, the Fate No More song.
Yeah.
And the music video is like a riff on High Anxiety or Vertigo,
Yeah.
and she's in it,
Mhm.
like the femme fatale damsel thing.
Oh,
Like I go, oh, Jennifer Aniston, haven't heard from her in a while. The next minute,
wait a
boom,
minute. Was her mother the one that was in the original movie?
it might be, or all right, let's have a look. Let's have a look.
Because I'm sure her mother
Barbara Turner. What was Barbara Turner done?
Because I'm sure her mother was an actor as well. Whether it's
Yeah,
that actor.
definitely.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to be. She's been in
Yeah.
a lot of things, like Mike Hammer TV show in the 50s. Kind of seemed to have stopped in the 70s.
Just look it up, Jennifer Jason Leigh. See if it says anything about her parentage.
Yeah, Barbara Turner is her mother. Her mother.
All right, so I was right there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there you go. There's a good reason for her to take up the role in that video. Basically, the nearest person you're probably going to get to look like her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, it's just like she hasn't been around in a while, and it seems to be maybe she just does stuff that interests her, and when Quentin Tarantino kind of wants you, you do pay a bit more attention.
Mm.
Last thing I saw her was in this what's her name? The Australian actress that went out was married to Tom Cruise.
Nicole Kidman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nicole Kidman and Jack Black, but it was serious, and it was like Margot Goes to the Wedding or something like that.
All right.
Very dour. I was like, this is painful to watch. Like, I thought she was probably one of the best things in it, and surprisingly serious role from Jack Black. So like, he did well in it. Yeah, and but Hateful Eight looks really good. it does look like it's one of those trailers like Django Unchained. Just looks like it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see that he's pulled off a lot of his older cast that haven't been in his movies for a while, like Michael Madsen and Tim Roth back into it, as well as having Walton Goggins in it
Justified or Django?
Justified, yeah, Justified. What?
He was in Django for a bit as well.
Was
Yeah.
he? That?
Yeah.
Well, I did not know that.
You not
I
recognize those
remember
two?
Michael Biehn being in it.
I wish he was.
What? Sorry, which one?
Michael Biehn.
Michael Biehn was in Django Unchained.
Was he? Oh, Michael Biehn.
Yeah,
Was he?
not Sean Bean.
I don't think I don't remember Michael Biehn being in it.
Michael Biehn.
Yeah. Michael Biehn.
Spelled differently. Am I wrong there? Someone that was in it that I wasn't expecting to be in it. Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm thinking of Walton Goggins. Jeez, we're having a lot of IMDb moments.
Yeah.
Here, just like we're getting old. We're getting old in the middle of this podcast. Django.
Apparently, he played a character called Billy Crash.
Which one did?
Walton Goggins.
Oh well, if he was Billy Crash, maybe I'm thinking of him from the. Oh, it was James Remar I was thinking of.
James Remar, yeah.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
That's the character I thought was played by Michael Biehn for a moment.
Well, Michael Biehn replaced James Remar in Aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remar had a bit of a drug problem and basically got fired.
Yeah.
And then Michael Biehn.
Remar was in Turtles, wasn't it? Yeah. The Terminator. Yeah.
Nope, that was Michael Biehn.
But wasn't he one of the cops, James Remar?
James Remar one of the cops? Don't think so. Lance Henriksen was.
Ah. See, they're all interchangeable.
You.
Face white guys.
Steve and I.
What?
You can't tell any white people apart, racist.
What?
You can't tell white people apart anymore.
Yeah, you've kind of
I could just have face blindness though,
You've
Chris.
gone regressive.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's like, do you know that apparently Brad Pitt has face blindness?
Does he?
Yeah, it's like he can't he literally couldn't tell Angelina Jolie until if walking into a room until she said something or someone said her name.
Okay.
He can't recognize anybody again until they say something, and he can recognize their voice.
That's so weird.
Yeah, very.
You know, but it's a thing though. It's a thing people have.
So like he keeps getting reminded he's married to her. I'm your wife, right?
He's married to her. He hasn't forgot that part. It's just that if he went into a room and there was two people looking at him that were like the same build, and he had no other indication other than what she looks like in her face to go off, he wouldn't be able to tell the difference between her and another person.
That's weird.
His body doesn't recognize that in people.
Huh.
His brain doesn't recognize keep that information.
That's bizarre.
Yeah. Yeah. Nevertheless, we went off the stage there, but no, very interesting.
Hateful Eight, yeah.
Sorry?
Hateful Eight, yeah.
Yeah. We went off some weird tangents on this one.
Yeah.
But no, it looks very good. I think very exciting. Anybody else anything to say about? Love to see Tim Roth doing an English character for once.
Yeah,
in a Tarantino movie. If he's playing somewhat of a stereotypical English character, but
I'm a bit sad when I see like it's shot in glorious 70mm film, and we're probably not going to be able to see it in that format in this country.
Yeah.
We've all gone digital projectors.
Is there any decent art house places that are still?
The Lighthouse might have a 70mm projector.
Yeah, probably our only option. I
Mm.
don't even think the IFI has a projector for that anymore, does it?
Possibly not.
Oh well, hopefully you get the chance to see it in its proper format. But either way, it looks great.
Yeah,
Um,
it looks beautiful. And a lot of fun too.
and speaking of new releases, we just got some news that of Sony's release slate for 2015. That's coming up. So it's a weird one. There's going to be two Bad Boy sequels.
Christ.
Two Bad Boy sequels.
Yeah.
You even needed
Are they
one.
gonna? I'd actually go and see the Bad Boys sequels if they had from the studio that brought you Pixels. I'll say for being that brave, I will pay money to see your awful factory conveyor belt movie.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that's more of
Bad Boys.
Martin Lawrence going to them with, guys, can I be in a movie, please?
Yeah.
More than that.
You get Will Smith to come along with you.
I can't see Will Smith doing it unless I don't know.
They wouldn't have slated a day for it if he's not already signed up.
I don't know.
But
There has been
could it
word.
be
And suddenly it's like, yeah, we're doing this. It could be like we're doing this with two new actors.
Yeah. Can't see the point in calling it 3 then.
Unless they have some deal where they can get cameos and they hand the baton to the much loved franchise to two new guys.
Yeah.
Saying that, I did like the first
the
Bad
next
Boys
generation.
movie.
It was good, but
The first
It-
one.
it-
It's actually a case of Michael Bay being
that you can
restrained.
make a franchise out of.
Yeah, it's not like the Bourne series where you're gonna go, oh yeah, like I still be interested in seeing more of that.
It's the more, I think, with that particular franchise, the more you show, the more sequels, the more it dilutes the actual first film,
Yeah.
and it's pretty much a money maker, more than anything else. Oh, I think I saw Bad Boys 2 and I went, what the hell is this?
Yeah, no.
It's like that car chase though. The freeway one with
They
the
throw dead bodies out to slow them down.
not that one. There's one where they're just throwing cars off this kind of like big truck
Yeah.
against the police. That was pretty impressive.
But
yeah, it's not something that I kind of woke up and went, you know what I'm missing out on my life? Another Bad Boys movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna do the Jumanji remake.
Oh, good grief!
2006.
No one. I didn't even see the first Jumanji. That's how little interest I had.
Fair enough.
So,
And Uncharted.
I like Jumanji. Do you remember the cartoon series?
no.
Yeah, actually, that's one of those weirdly shouldn't be a good TV series and turned out to be.
And it
Because
was
you
so
actually see
bizarre.
Jumanji,
You
the
went
world of
off in so-
Jumanji, rather than
Yeah. Such a strange world, like.
yeah.
But
And, like, it's kind of like the way that it's kind of like the way that Beetlejuice ended up being a good cartoon.
Yeah.
it's a great cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So speaking of Beetlejuice, as we're running off things that are being brought up,
Beetlejuice.
well, I made that up.
I got in there. Oh, I stole it.
Yeah, you stole it. But that's not actually going to be the name, though. I think they should jump on that straight away.
Yeah.
Well, here's another one.
Register the domain, quick.
Yeah. But it could also be taken as a shit. So if it turns out to be a really bad movie, you could
That's
say
what
they
it's gonna get called. You know it.
yeah. But yeah, Winona Ryder says she's on for it. She doesn't know much about it just yet, but she's signed up.
Keaton wants to do it, but only if Burton's doing it.
He's dead right there. There's no point in doing another one.
No, you need Burton to do it, like, and just let him go wild.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's not.
give him the
He's
cash.
not too happy with the idea of sequels though.
What?
Batman Returns.
Yeah, that wasn't really his baby though, was it?
No.
Well,
Did
well, what his baby? I think he was keen to do it after Batman because he'd learned stuff from Batman. But again, I love Beetlejuice. It's a fantastic film. But do we need a sequel?
No, I don't really think so. Unless you can like something could be had as saying these two characters are this far into their life, you know, and that's
Yeah,
going to be hard to grasp. Like if you
yeah.
can find that thing, what makes Lydia need Beetlejuice and Beetlejuice after all this long time, like if they caught that,
Mm.
possibly it might be good.
Like,
But
who
if
knows
they,
what idea they have? Like, there's this much talk. Someone has an idea that has them kind of interested.
yeah, I don't think anybody would be grasping at something that old
Yeah,
where
it's
remaking it completely rather a sequel to that.
yeah,
They didn't have an idea they wanted to go with. Whether it's a good
Mm.
idea, you know.
yeah. Like, just because,
Uh,
yeah. Hopefully, if they make it, I hope it's good. If it's
Mm.
and they've got the Dark Tower slated. I'm not a big Stephen King fan, but I know a lot of people are waiting for the Dark Tower to come. Apparently, the first one's going to be in January of 2017.
Mm.
I'm just not sure about Sony and franchises. They don't seem to know how to create one.
Mm.
They love the idea of a franchise, but they actually even got one that's working?
No, not
Yeah.
for a while. Not since
Mm.
the Spider-Man franchise went belly up. I think
Mm.
the Raimi one.
Yeah, well, like, yeah, that was like, I had good two well-received movies, and it was building, and
Yeah.
then it kind of got like, let's just start interfering, and then made a hames of it, and then
Mm.
we got the Amazing Spider-Mans, which could have been good, but again, they started getting interference.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
think they should have made a whole movie about Crane Dad, who was the hero of that movie for the first movie for me.
Mm.
That was C. Thomas Howell Crane Dad, wasn't it?
Yeah, Crane Dad was C. Thomas Howell of the Hitcher fame.
And E.T. Is it E.T.? No.
Who's sending Morse code there?
Yeah. Save me.
E.T. phoning home already. But
Yeah, he was
yeah,
in E.T.
no, I noticed that like I think he was in the last season of season of Heroes as well. But that seemed out of place. C. Thomas Howell
Mm.
for being
It
Crane
was
Dad.
like, you could see Crane Dad, and then you go, hang on, I know that guy. Yeah.
It's
Well,
like, yeah, you know who's gonna save the day? All of New York's crane operators.
oh. I know they kind of like want to do this, like Spider-Man is like beloved, he's like New York superhero and things like that. But
It worked better on the bridge in the first, in the Raimi ones.
is that when they're like
The
throwing
train.
throwing cans and stuff down, going like get off your bum and stuff like that?
Yeah,
Yeah, like that kind of made more sense, and it seemed more New York.
yeah.
But
So I don't care if it's New York. There's not
I've
that
I've
many
never I've
cranes.
never had like I've never seen crane operators like going, yeah, we run this town.
It's like a crane operator union. Uh,
Yeah,
we want a clause in our contracts that we can help superheroes if they ever come about.
yeah. I don't think so, no.
But yeah, we got Underworld 5, so nothing to say there.
Does it have Kate Beckinsale?
Probably.
Then I'm in.
It'd be good to look at anyway. She looks like she'd still be able to fit nicely into a vinyl.
It's ridiculous. That woman is not aging.
No, she probably gave up her father's life, not the age.
Oh, that's nasty. My gosh.
Now calm down there, Goppa.
Yeah. You went there, and it's so each week you just find something new to kind of go even nastier with.
uh, we Kate, the other
You wouldn't say
sister,
that to Ronda Rousey, though, would you?
what?
Kate Beckinsale's fair game, but Ronda Rousey not gonna go there.
Well, talking about Ronda Rousey, nice segue by the way, thanks James. Apparently she wants to be a superhero at some stage.
Yeah.
And she's been touting Miss Marvel, though it'll probably be Captain Marvel if there is
The
or
thing
ever, because I
is,
think they want to get rid of the Miz. What?
the thing is, like, Ronda Rousey's gonna star in her own biopic
Yeah,
based on her own biography.
yeah.
I'm not sure Ronda Rousey has enough acting range to play herself.
I knew that was coming, but I was like, you went there.
Yeah.
No, I think physically she could definitely pull it off.
Yeah, but seeing her in the Fast Furious 7 movie, I'm going, my
or even
God, you had
Expendables 3
no
if you
presence.
put yourself.
Like, the fight scenes were great, but she had no presence. You didn't really feel that this is a great SmackDown fight.
Yeah,
Whereas when Gina Carano did the kind of SmackDown fight in the previous movie, that was like awesome.
yeah.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? We didn't
You've gone
realize
really low there.
we lost you. Was that? Oh, the beeping was Chris going away.
Hello?
Hello? Can you hear us?
Just about.
Okay, we were just talking about Gina Carano versus Ronda Rousey in acting stakes. So you think generally Gina Carano has at least gotten better?
She has presence. You kind of like, she kind of walks around on screen and you kind of pay attention, whereas Rousey just seemed to be there.
Yeah, I'd still rather for if she's gonna hold the whole movie to herself, Captain Marvel, that it be an actress that can be tough rather than.
Wasn't the fan favorite Katie Sackhoff at one stage?
Yeah, a lot of people are saying Emily Blunt. She could do it as well.
Emily Blunt, I rewatched with a friend Edge of Tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
Which
and
do you
she can
remember
do
the
action.
original name of that?
Hmm?
All you need is die or something.
All you need is kill.
All you need is kill.
That was the manga that it was based on. Then he released it as Edge of Tomorrow. Then they changed it to something else like Live, Die, Repeat.
Yeah, but it was
She could do it. Emily Blunt could do it, no problem.
yeah, no she could do it. Like even in Looper she seemed like tough enough.
Yeah, she's got chops, and she's kind of
Yeah.
got innate kind of like likability, but a weird bit of sadness to her.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
I could see her as an army brat. How about you,
Yeah.
Chris? Who would you be your pick for Captain Marvel?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I mean, like, no actresses come to mind.
Yeah.
To be honest, most of the time, though, when Marvel does announce someone, you kind of go, oh, okay. And then when you watch them, you go, that's spot on, you know?
Yeah.
They've never really...
I wouldn't have thought Chris Evans going on his previous stuff, because most
No.
of his characters are kind of goofy and laddie, you know.
But that's the thing, like, and you hear of the directors that are going to be in those movies. You go, really? They're going to direct this blockbuster movie, and then you watch, you go, fair folks, you know. Like the expectation that we have, I think, is we hear whoever's cast go, or oh yes, it'd be brilliant, or we're not
Yeah.
sure. Even so, some of the Marvel movies haven't been that brilliant. They've always had the character. You kind of go, yep, that's spot on. That's the character there. So Emily Blunt, I would say, would be good call, really. But then again, I can't reference anyone else. Lindsay Lohan, maybe.
Yeah.
Stop. Get out of town.
Get out of town, you crazy fool. You jive turkey. Anyway. Stop jabbing me, turkey. Anyway, we've also got the Ghostbusters, the Lady Ghostbusters, as everybody seems to want to call it, for 2016, and news that Bill Murray is going to be in it after all.
He's been seen on set. That could be anything.
I'd say it's going to be a cameo, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he'd be a big part of it. It's going to be a cameo, just like Dan Aykroyd. Though I'd say it was only because of Melissa McCarthy, and he quite likes her.
Mm.
Quite friendly with her after St. Vincent. They got on well, apparently.
All
No,
right.
that's the only reason he's in it. He's doing it as a favor. Like, I don't think he'd do it just because they brought up the money to him at this stage. Like,
That's an underrated movie, St. Vincent.
yeah,
Murray
liked it a lot.
acted his socks off in that.
Yeah.
He did.
Even though it's got a comedy, it's very dramatic as well. Like,
It's got there's one scene that kind of chokes you,
Yeah.
and like anyone that hasn't seen it has to kind of see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Melissa McCarthy plays it completely straight.
Yeah.
There's none of that lampooning. She's acting again, and it was nice to see.
Yeah.
And the kid kind of runs away with it, like, to find a good child actor that can like hold his own against like someone like Bill Murray and Melissa McCarthy.
And I don't think he got too
Very
precocious.
forceful personalities. That's an impressive thing.
I think when you get kid actors, being good sometimes is being too precocious.
Yeah.
And I don't think he hit the level of being too much of a precocious kid. He was still a kid, like, you know what I
He
mean?
was a kid.
He was a
And
smart
he had,
kid.
he was a fully three-dimensional character.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Great movie. And like, if that's the reason why he's doing it, I'm sure like he'll do something good because he kind of seems to work better when he's comfortable around people.
Yeah. Definitely. Speaking of bad, uncomfortable, Trank has now disowned Fantastic Four, saying it's bad because of what Fox ended up doing it. Like, he had a great movie. People have seen that.
So
might never see it.
he's burned himself with Fox, and he's not going to be part of Lucasfilm Disney. Is he?
That might be because he burnt it. Maybe he just decided he doesn't want to be involved with a studio anymore.
Yeah.
Like on a big thing like that, you know?
I'm not comparing him to this director, but it's another kind of Fox project that went horribly wrong for this director. He's like a hot commercials director. Like David Fincher, when he did Alien 3, he had a horrific time. And like,
that has been cited.
He kind of came
David
back
Fincher.
with kind of like 7. So
Yeah.
I kind of hope Trank kind of shows that he is a good director and comes back with something really impressive.
Mm.
Yeah, didn't David Fincher go back to selling shoes for a while? I heard that story. He was a shoe salesman. He was basically Al Bundy.
I wouldn't know, but like that could sound like he
Sounds like
he won't even talk about Alien 3.
Yeah.
Like, that was how horrific it was for him. And like,
Yeah.
again, like Fox interference, like constantly having to change stuff because like the script was being changed while they were filming. That's what happened to Alien 3. Like the sets were being kept nondescript because they didn't know what they were going to be.
Mm.
And like, yeah. And Fox seemed to have a habit of doing that. That happened with X-Men Origins, the Wolverine one, where they painted the sets brighter because like while the director was off doing something else.
Yeah.
They thought it was going to be too dark. And you're going, holy
Dark
hell,
story, to be honest.
if they're doing that kind of crazy stuff, like,
Yeah.
would you really want to work for them?
No. And apparently there are a lot of scenes that are in the trailers and action scenes that are not.
Oh yeah,
movie.
apparently there's an action scene that you see in the trailer that is on a monitor in the background going, oh yeah, that's what Ben Grimm's doing these days.
Mm.
And you're going,
Yeah.
holy moly. Like something that people would love to see.
Yeah.
And you have it on a monitor in the background. And like, what? Like, it reeks of interference.
Yeah. And the aforementioned change of hair color for Sue Storm.
Well, it's a weave, isn't it? Like it's kind of obvious that she wears a weave, like the hair weave.
It's her proper hair with a nice coloring in it
Yeah.
that she's obviously had, and then like she had, because probably she's on something else and can't do the proper coloring. When they call her back for the reshoot, she's wearing some kind of wig that doesn't really work in comparison to the hair that she had. You know?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. But I think we all need to see it before we make any.
We are kind of biased. That's the thing. We can't help but be a bit biased now.
Yeah.
But that could work for its benefit. It could actually be better than we expect.
Yeah, I'd say it's a little better because it's been so brought down in our opinions, but
Yeah.
still not a great movie what they turned out in the end.
Mm.
Now, I hope we see the hints of brilliance that could have been. But we'll move on to television for now. First of all, we'll go into the DC stuff. Uh, Apparently, it's all hit off with Arrow Star and WWE's Stardust, and they're building for a match in SummerSlam with Stephen Amell versus Stardust. Like that on Monday's Raw, they had like a bit of a confrontation, and Stephen Amell jumps into the ring and does the whole story, commits the storyline to being him versus Stardust in SummerSlam this year. So
I
that's
saw, a friend of mine sent me a clip of that, but there's no dialogue. All I had was the music for him hitting your man and then stamping back, and then it just cuts the arrow symbol at the end,
yeah.
like it's the start of an Arrow episode. I've no reference for wrestling. I've never been interested, but I just thought it looked cool.
Yeah, well, basically Stephen Amell jumped over the ring post,
Yeah.
so that guy can do proper parkour, and with a little bit of training, he probably could do an interesting match
Mm.
for someone that's just like an actor, you know.
Yeah.
Um, and they put on hold for a while. If you remember, Cody Rhodes, aka Stardust, was his father died like not a month ago, so they kind of had a bit of a break in the middle of the storyline. There was bits where Stephen Amell was in the audience and he got told off, and there were when he wasn't in the audience, Stardust kept on making references, "You failed this city," and like slagging him off and stuff like that. So they kind of made a weird break in the middle while Cody Rhodes was mourning his father, but um, it it's not that funny, but kind of more awkward laugh there. Sorry about everybody. But yeah, no, he's Stephen Amell's going first for it. Apparently he used to be quite a wrestling fan, and he's getting into it now as well. So that should be interesting.
Hopefully he
And
won't go Mickey Rourke and go into like, yo, I want to be a pro wrestler. Like Mickey Rourke wanted to be a pro boxer and then got so beaten up that he didn't look like Mickey Rourke anymore.
but they never went ahead with that Mickey Rourke storyline. They were going to do it.
No, but I mean, like Mickey Rourke actually did give up acting to do boxing.
Boxing. Oh no, but like around when the wrestler was made, they were trying to start Mickey Rourke guest starring on a show.
Really?
Yeah, they were trying to get it done, but he backed out.
Well, maybe he could have started remembering that this didn't go well for him last time he started getting involved in sports.
Yeah, well, I think he might have actually made a few bad comments, so he mightn't have been treated well if he actually went and did it, because he
Yeah,
made like saying like, because really when you think about it, the story of the wrestler is basically a series. It's basically a fictional version of the story of Jake the Snake Roberts.
yeah,
Because like Jake the Snake Roberts, serious childhood abuse issues, um, on so many drugs, only coming out of it now, and because of like his mate DDP, Diamond Dallas Page has like this uh, has kept him clean and kept him bringing back his health through his yoga regime that he has over in America. This DDP yoga, if you've ever heard of it, and like they're gonna have a documentary about Jake the Snake Roberts coming back into health. Uh, if you've ever seen Beyond the Mat, it's like this great documentary about how bad it can turn for wrestlers, and it has Mick Foley dealing with how him seeing him being beaten up in the ring traumatizes his kids, because he was really extreme wrestler. You get thrown onto tables off massive cages, and half of his ear is missing, and he's missing some teeth. Like it's like from loads of stuff he used to do in Japan, and like it's a great. Even if you don't like wrestling, it's a great documentary. And they probably never make one like that again because Vince McMahon won't ever let it happen again. Uh, but but yeah, so it's basically the story of Jake the Snake Roberts, and in promoting, he kind of said a few things like it's bad for you, and these people are idiots for letting themselves wash up like this. Like ended up with no money, and being on the convention circuit, basically being like a pull out a pony show or something like that. So
Yeah.
mightn't have done well if he actually went into it. Like they might have actually took her out on him. Because they're fairly proud people. Like they get bothered about people saying fake. It is predetermined, but these people have to be super healthy to do that on a regular
And
basis.
to take a lot of pain. Like
Yeah,
that
and that's
like
why
it
they're
comes
dying.
around is it's punishing and painful.
Like look at how young a lot of them are dying.
Yeah.
It's like
I think Amel would he'd fit it right well in with the WWE. They'd love him because he just comes across as such a nice guy. He just doesn't seem to have that like nasty streak in him.
no. Like it's all about the show for him. Like he'll do the show with them.
He does everything to try and like make things better than they are. Like he'll like the Arrow seems to be the ultimate crossover show.
Yeah.
Everything seems to come out of that show and do so well, and then he supports the hell out of it as well.
Yeah.
He's not going, oh, like I made this. He seems to be, this is awesome. Let's all make it even better by doing something crazy together.
Yeah.
So I would be surprised if somehow the WWE get in to an episode of Arrow somehow.
Well, there's a lot of ones that would make good superhero actors.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I mean. Like he's all about building bridges in a way.
Yeah. You're actually giving me great segues here. Speaking of building bridges, they have actually done it. They actually will have Constantine star on Arrow. It's official.
Case in point.
Shown by the tweet. Yeah, case in point. So and Matt Ryan is going to be on Arrow as John Constantine, and possibly going to have something to do with the return of White Canary. Because whereas as Tia Queen was not quite dead. If they bring back their Lance, as through the actual the Lazarus pit, they might have to do some magical and mystical stuff with it because he's been dead quite a while.
Yeah. I think it makes a lot of sense. It'll fit into what the stories are.
Yeah.
And I hope it gets another chance, like, out of it. And the fact that Amel said this months ago, and like now it's actually becoming a reality. Like, fair play.
Yeah. But and also they did say though CW don't want to do another spin-off.
Yeah.
Arrow. Well, it might be overkill. They kind of said they were sorry that they passed on Supergirl, but for the moment. The 3 shows is all the DC shows that they're going to have.
For now,
except for iZombie, which is kind of an offshoot on its own. It's not really the same thing.
Well, bear in mind that, like in the first series of Arrow, they said no superpowers, and then that rapidly changed. And then in the second series, you had the origin of the Flash. He's got his own show, so they have a lot on their plate at the moment, and they're testing. I don't think they expected the Flash to be as popular as it was in its first series. It just happened to be really good, you know. And then the Legends of Tomorrow that looks a lot of fun, and if that goes well, I'd say they might think of other things. But there's a lot to do. They're producing a lot. There's a lot to work on, and the more you could lose from something. So I think they're better off holding off for now, at least.
Yeah, until one of them falls off.
A small network, so
yeah,
they're putting out a lot of decent shows. And like, for what they're doing, I'm sure like it's costing a lot because they do look well.
Yeah.
They're not like, hokey shows. Like they're a TV budget, but like they seem to always try and give you that bit extra.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the very fact that Heroes of Tomorrow is only going to be 15 issues is because they want to put so much more into each episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to get the same budget for a 22 episode to 24 episode show.
Mm.
But
That's
in
great.
15 episodes.
Well, like you can tell they're trying to do like almost like an Avengers TV show.
Mm.
Quality and what's going on.
Mm.
Like it just seems to be ambitious. That little made special trailer, like you can go, yeah, this is what they seem to have a vision for.
Mm.
They're going to go all out. They seem to always do that. I did hear weird conflicting stuff that like for Supergirl Flash, despite them doing a lot of like promo stuff together, that we're not probably going to see a crossover, but the way they worded it was like not in season 1. They want to kind of build Supergirl on its own.
I don't think they'll do it until they get like real foothold with Supergirl.
Yeah.
It still survives the first season.
Yeah, I'm hopeful. Like the pilot had a lot going for it.
Yeah.
I like the pilot. Definitely like the pilot.
Yeah, no, like it's for a pilot, it was definitely very good. Like they always have a lot to set up, and they're kind of sales pieces rather than actual pieces of.
Yeah, they're like a proof of
they
concept.
kind of weirdly too much in them, if you see what I mean.
Yeah.
But you have to give it to those guys. They get they cast their leads spectacularly well.
Yeah.
Like Grant Gustin, like he is Barry Allen to me.
Yeah. No, and he doesn't even quite look like a Barry Allen if you go on by the comic archetype, but it's like he gets the soul of the character.
Yeah, and he kind of gets that joyful kind of aspect to him. Maybe a bit like maybe like slightly kind of snarky, kind of like saying things.
Yeah. Yeah,
he's
got a sarcastic wit to him.
Yeah.
Not in a nasty way.
No, he's more kind of like upbeat.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I'm not excited about what CW are doing, and CBS is like a sister. It's kind of like a parent company to the CW, so it's not like completely off limits that they could do a crossover anyway later on. I do think it's a better decision to let build Supergirl on its own, see if she can like carry a show.
I think that's fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true enough. Like it's kind of an offshoot. It's a bit. They built the Flash from the ground up, whereas Supergirl's partly in a different world where Superman is already there.
Yeah.
You kind of don't want to. It kind of doesn't quite fit, but it could still happen in a kind of. It can easily happen in a
Earth's thing.
kind of way, where with the Flash.
Oh yeah.
You don't even have to say it's part of the same universe.
Yeah, the Flash is so fantastical. Like anything could happen.
And they definitely open a multiverse for season 2. That's definitely going to be a lot of the storylines. But as we said in the Flash, if you remember, former WWE wrestler Edge is going to be in the Flash as Atom Smasher. So there's an example of a wrestler that has screen presence and can be physical enough even with his neck problems, like physical enough for television anyway.
Yeah. Oh yes, and he's not bad. Haven he was good in, as I said last week, and I have like you know when you get someone to hear someone's cast and you have that initial like no, like this guy you have no problem. Let's see what he brings.
And we got the HBO's Westworld teaser. Westworld teaser. Westworld.
Are you going Sean Connery? Teaser.
Teaser. Yes, you have the Westworld teaser.
Westworld.
Westworld.
Today we sail into history.
Yes. Us dragons love to sing when we're happy.
You win, Stephen. You win.
But
the teaser looks interesting, but it is just a teaser. You're getting no real sense of what the heck is going
Anthony
on.
Hopkins, James, on television.
It's HBO though, like so you could be any sort of great
No,
actor and
like there was a few there. There's a few there that you're surprised to see on even HBO, but or some.
Ed Harris is in it as well, like so.
Ed Harris in it.
Hmm?
Deadly.
So yeah, like it's a good cast and like the basic premise from the '70s movie?
Yeah, but they're
Yeah,
taking it a bit more.
the original movie was great.
Yeah, which I still have to see, but I think it sounds great. It's like
Yeah, like
and it's
the
weird
way the
that
production
Yul
is
basically
it's kind of
replacing-
dated, but it's still really well done.
Yeah,
It's Yul Brynner hunting two American tourists throughout different parts of a robot, I suppose, amusement park.
Yeah.
like
but
he's a cowboy that's
Clearly
following
on a budget, but it's still very. It's kind of like a weird Jurassic Park where the monsters go amok, except it's
Same writer.
same writer. So it's instead of a T-Rex going amok, it's Yul Brynner shooting people.
Brennan's basically dressed exactly like he is in Magnificent Seven.
I'd say that's why he got cast. It's like, Yule, do you still have that cowboy outfit?
You have that black cowboy
Okay.
habit. We won't
But,
call you Chris, but we'll be kind of hinting at it. Yeah, and that's another thing that's going to get remade by Sony in a couple of years. Is
Westworld.
Magnificent Seven.
Or what?
Magnificent Seven.
Seven.
Yeah.
Oh, good grief.
Which it's kind of a remake in itself. So
Yeah, Seven Samurai.
yeah, and it's been remade as A Bug's Life.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same story.
It's a trope, though. Like, that whole thing is almost a trope.
Yeah.
It's
like the same way another Kurosawa movie, Yojimbo, has been made into at least 7 films. I could probably come up with it's like
one of them a Bruce Willis movie.
Desert Heat, I think it was called.
Last Man Standing, was that the one?
Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
And Fistful of Dollars, the most famous one.
Yeah.
Though Sergio Leone didn't even ask for permission to do that. He got sued by Kurosawa.
Uh,
So
just
he
went
didn't make
out
any
and
money
did it.
off that movie in the end. Luckily, he got the sequel stuff. But there's a story. He got a letter from Kurosawa saying, "I liked your movie basically because it's my movie," and like Sergio Leone was so thrilled that he got a letter from Kurosawa, he didn't realize that it was telling him off. Crazy Italian bastard. Anyway, yeah, no, that looks really interesting. Like they want to bring in what's real and who maybe some of the robots think they're real than real as
Yeah.
people do.
It's penned by Jonathan Nolan, isn't it?
I did not know that, but it sounds very interesting. Like I hope he's not. Yeah, so some of his brothers' directing choices I find a bit heavy-handed. But
Yeah.
but
Well, Jonathan
they're
Nolan's
definitely both great
show,
writers.
Person of Interest, which kind of goes into the whole AI thing. Like for a weekly show, it's actually pretty solid.
I think I've only watched the first 3 episodes or so, but I really did like it.
Yeah, it starts kind of building this arc and almost kind of getting a bit like The Shadow, where people they save actually become recurring characters that get used later on. And it's kind of cool like that.
Actual Shadow, or were we thinking of the Alec Baldwin film?
The comics. We won't talk about the Alec Baldwin film.
I like the Alec Baldwin film.
It could have been awesome, that film, and it just kills me when you have Alec Baldwin, Ian McKellen, and it's a bit of a glorious mess.
Yeah, and I like what's his name, Tim Curry.
Well, Tim Curry is great, and
the main villain's worse than Tim Curry. Tim Curry is playing Tim Curry. If they had a really sinister, proper villain instead of the guy that was playing him.
well, the other guy was
Then
just
it would have
cheering
been
the
okay to have
scenery,
Tim
he
Curry.
was just overdoing it, and
Yeah.
yeah.
But what I did, there was some great shots of the Shadow's pneumatic postal system.
Yeah.
It's like, this is a great shot for something that's so innocuous in the movie. It's like, I love the idea that a hero uses a pneumatic postal system all the way through New York.
And why the hell not? I'd
Why
say
not?
the producers looking at the effects budget going, and why are we putting all this money into like pneumatic postal systems?
Uh, apparently Paris used to have one and everything. Like, it's
Yeah, they do look exceptionally cool though.
yeah. Do you remember when HMV used to be on the quays, and they had
Is that
one for
not Virgin?
their floats?
Is that not
What
Virgin?
was on the keys? Isn't it?
Virgin, Virgin, you're right. Virgin Megastore, that's what I meant.
Hmm.
And they had one that to send their float up and down stairs. So every now and again, you used to see something go past the tubing on the ceiling.
Yeah.
That's like, that's weird. It's like,
Was it for the money or something like that from the
it was
tills?
the floats, so they could send the float safely up and down stairs. Where
Yeah.
that it was weird. But I would have wanted to work there just to play with them.
Yeah. There'd be a lot of people with the same thing in their
Yeah,
minds.
but yeah. Just quickly go through the Agents of Shield news. I think a lot of us are like meh about Agents of Shield now. I even forgot the part of this story where Clark Gregg says that his character lost part of his arm. I'd forgotten that happened at the end of
I'd forgotten
the
that
series.
too. Yeah.
Completely forgotten about that. They're having a weird cutting off limbs strain in Marvel movies lately. Have you
Is it
noticed
like
that?
is it not their like Empire Strikes Back kind of like nod?
Yeah, but it's happening in all their movies. Like, let's
That's
see.
what I mean. Like they kind of do this weird. Luke lost his hand in Empire Strikes Back, so they're doing this weird perverse nod of cutting off a character's hand.
Yeah, like they did it in this season of Agents of Shield, the last one that went. There was a nod to it in Thor. There was definitely a bit with Ulysses Claw in Age of Ultron.
Hmm.
Um, there was amputees involved in Iron Man 3. So don't know what
Yes,
they're.
yes, there was.
Uh,
Actually, there was a hand cut off. Thing's hand was cut off.
Thing is in the Fantastic Four movie originally.
No, there was the Australian actor Guy Pearce.
Oh, was his characters? It's been a while since I watched that. So
Yeah,
yeah,
he
maybe
cuts
it's
the hand off, like, and then it kind of starts to grow back. I think.
yeah, because the
Extremist.
Yeah.
extremists gave all the amputees back their arms
Yeah,
and legs. But yeah, no, that's it. So it sounds like they're he thinks it's going to come in, and it might come in eventually that he's missing an arm. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets some kind of working
he's
robot.
gonna have a prosthetic arm with attachments.
Yeah.
It's like that, like Death's Head. uh,
There you go.
there you go, bringing it back. Anyway, um, and it just goes on a little bit about Lincoln, the Inhuman character that came in last year, like whether he'll trust them. It does seem like they're going like Secret Warriors with with Coulson instead of Fury
Yeah,
Hmm.
this year. So it, that might be interesting when they come up to the Civil War area, and we'll see an awful lot of superpowers, more superpowers than we have. So
Hmm.
that'll be a lot better for people that had thought it was a bit boring compared to the DC shows. Um, I have good hopes for it. I enjoy a lot of the actors. Definitely
Hmm.
enjoy Clark Gregg. He's probably one of the reasons I stuck with, because I love Coulson as a character.
yeah,
But anybody really interested in Doctor Who? I'm
yeah,
not
Yeah.
sure about you guys. I like it.
definitely.
Oh yeah.
We've had a second trailer for season 9.
And
Uh,
and it looks a lot of fun.
lots more villains. A lot more Missy. Um, and it definitely looks like Clara and the Doctor are back on the good foot as
Hmm.
far as their relationship now,
Yeah.
whereas it was kind of patchy in the last season.
Yeah, The kind of last season was a bit patchy because Capaldi wasn't being utilized to his strengths.
Yeah.
It's like a real
He
transition
made him
from
a
the next
different doctor
season.
though.
Hmm?
I think it was some kind of it was more like a transition for his doctor because they were going like he was still kind of messed up from the change. Like it was such a drastic change.
Yeah.
It kind of
He
felt
doesn't
like
even
it
know
was,
who he
the
is
whole
anymore.
series was him trying to figure out what kind of doctor he is. Like you've
Yeah.
got like the Christmas specials, like with Tennant and Matt Smith, or whenever it was just here's an episode where the doctor is going to figure out who he is, and then by the end of the episode, you've got the doctor. But this entire season was about that instead.
Yeah.
Like obviously there's other things there, but Capaldi was like there was scenes where he wouldn't give a damn about whoever died, and then there was times where he really cared when somebody died, and it was so conflicting. But then you realize he didn't know who he was until I think the last episode of the season, where he's trying to figure out who am I? I'm an idiot with a box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like he one thing that they found like it could be easily given a reason because A, it's a new regeneration cycle. B, Matt Smith, as far as his age as the Doctor, even though we didn't see a lot of it, he had an awful lot of he had like some kind of hundreds of years that we didn't see within his tenure, where he just went off and had adventures without the companions.
Yeah.
Became a monk for hundreds of years, like as like, so he's actually probably one of the, and then the Christmas special where you say goodbye to him. He actually was he actually lived he actually probably had another 900 years or so there, where he aged to death, near death, and so you could say like just the changing from, because a lot of the other doctors were very short lived, as far as we know. Given on his age, like he went through about nine in the space of 900 years. Comparatively, Matt Smith was around for ages. But no, it definitely looks interesting. It looks like he's going to be a bit lighter, but probably still kind of the curmudgeon Doctor we got used to last season.
I had no problems with Capaldi's portrayal of him, and I thought he did some great stuff there.
Yeah.
I like the kind of snarkiness of him as well.
Yeah.
Like the kind of almost like cantankerous. But then he has such humanity in spots as well, where you're gonna go, yeah, he's not gonna be a problem. Like if anything's gonna be a problem with future episodes, it's gonna be the script and not Capaldi. He will try his best to kind of make it better.
But he obviously loves the show. Like I've seen
interviews. Yeah, he's the ultimate fanboy.
Off episodes he used to love, and characters he used to love, and
the fact that the head of the Doctor Who fan club tried to get rid of him as a kid. He was pestering them with all sorts of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Then you go, yeah, this guy's gonna. How mad must it be for the guy who used to run the Doctor Who fan club to go, yeah, I was a complete shit to that guy. But yeah, he's a tremendous actor, and I think the series is all the better to get someone like him. It's a nice change.
And it's a nice change up as well because you Christopher Eccleston was a bit on the dark side, but that was to do with the story. It was kind of an evolution how he comes out of the war and everything like that. And but he was still kind of a goofy every now and again. He was he was hiding most of that half of the time. Whereas it's definitely the older the Doctor when he first came around, or Colin Baker's Doctor. A little bit of that here and there,
Yeah.
So it's definitely a nice change. So we definitely had the Peter Davidson Doctors for a while. Style Doctors for a while. So this is a nice change up.
Yeah.
But what do you think of Missy? She's definitely going to be in at least 4 of the episodes.
I like the kind of new take on the Master. I really do, and I think I think
I
later
can't
on
say
we
the
could
middle.
actually
That sounds
eventually
wrong.
see a female doctor because of what they've done with the villain.
Yeah. I think it works better. Like it's. I definitely like her better than John Sim, and I didn't mind John Sim. I just thought some of the things they did with the character
He
wasn't
kind of
really.
hammed it up a bit.
Yeah.
He was like that kind of weird madness thing going on.
Yeah. The four taps thing though was part of the story, so
Uh,
Yeah.
pretty
Well,
much
I
told.
found John Sim to be interesting as the Master in the first series when he was in with the first when he was introduced first.
Yeah.
I didn't like him when he came back, when he was introduced again, when he was
Yeah.
disappearing in and out and you could see his skeleton. There was
Yeah.
something a little bit. I think it was more down to the writing. I thought he was fantastic first time around. I would have loved to have seen Derek Jacobi as the Master for a bit.
yeah.
Just like
He,
even
you saw a moment of him and you just went, "Oh Jesus, he could have been fantastic." Then he regenerates, but that would have been something else altogether.
He's got such gravitas that you would just go, yeah, let's.
Yeah.
You definitely have my attention here.
Yeah.
was it Ian Holm or Derek Jacobi was the villain in From Hell? Basically, Jacobi.
Ian Holm.
Was it Ian Holm?
Yeah.
But it's definitely I could see him doing that as well. They're of the similar ilk. Where
He's kind of poorly though, isn't he, Ian Holm?
He is.
But last thing he did was big that probably anybody would remember would be the Lord of the Rings movies.
He was in The Hobbit he's part of the bookend bits, wasn't he?
He was.
In the bookend bits.
Yeah.
I didn't realise. I'm not overgone on Lord of the Rings, to be honest.
I like the trilogy of Lord of the Rings, but the Hobbit films they're kind of like leave me a bit cold.
Yeah.
I think that there has to be something a bit quirky about anything that's fantasy for me to get into it. Like, let's say the Game of Thrones is all the political stuff and all the backstabbing that I like rather than the fantasy setting. You know?
It's similar. I have a similar view. It's kind of like why I think I like Fellowship of the Ring more than I like the other two movies because it feels more grounded.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
like
the same. That Fellowship for me is my favorite of the three. Just because it's more, it's more about the characters. You learn a lot about them, and they're really interesting characters. And the rest of it is chases and action and trolls and all the rest. But that's
I think they got heavier with the effects later on, obviously because there's more spectacle happening. But Fellowship is actually the one that seemed to be more actually shot in the place.
Yeah.
Rather than like some massive digital kind of like, matte painting. So yeah, that's just me talking about it. But
don't have that many CG characters most likely either, because in the big battles with tons of CG people, like it's shot well for that. Like himself knew how to film without making it look weird, like because like he's got the effects background, but to finish off, like, and I noticed that I think James put this in. Apparently, the Lucifer pilot has been leaked.
yeah,
Minority Report. So, are we getting a case of or we're leaking them?
I
So
think
we're
so.
doing
Again,
all
these
this again?
things are too high quality.
Yeah.
You have a choice of like your standard def 1080p or 720p. And you have like when you have like which one should I watch?
Yeah.
And like they are just literally perfect copies.
Yeah, I think the copies put out to the studio execs wouldn't have that much choice. They just want a work print. How they can get an idea.
Like these are finished. These are like good broadcast ready.
Yep.
And
so there might be some slight changes, but it looks like these are mostly.
Yeah. I did have a look at Lucifer.
Sorry?
I did have a look at Lucifer.
Yeah.
And
it's kind of like it's for those of us missing Constantine. It's kind of like fitting into that.
Yeah. Oh,
Very
definitely.
much so, but maybe a lot more sarcastic because it's kind of like the first episode's kind of done by the guy who kind of created Californication.
Okay.
Have the almost like a supernatural Hank Moody kind of flippant character
Mm.
running around LA, and like it's not bad, and even it kind of does a little wink because like he kind of teams up with this like LA detective
Hmm.
who is kind of like drop dead gorgeous, like unnaturally
Like
so.
all LA detectives are
But
in
it
TV
actually
series.
covers that why, because they actually recognize her from some like she did some like American Pie type movie,
Hmm.
Ah.
and like she became a cop later on when her career kind of like fell apart,
Oh, well, that kind of works in a kind of like everybody's an actor, an actress
or
in
has
LA.
been involved in the game. Yeah,
Yeah.
and the English actor, I think he's actually Welsh.
Hmm.
He plays it well. He's loving what he's doing.
Just like Constantine again.
Yeah. So and yeah, like it could. I think it might have legs. It depends if they can get a big enough arc. Because at the minute it's kind of more like case of the week. It seems to be.
Mm.
That's always the way. Lads, sorry, I'll cut this out, but bathroom break. Talk amongst yourself.
All right.
You were just finishing up anyway.
Yeah, I'm pretty much. We're pretty much wrapped up everything.
Um,
Have you picked up any comics today, or have you?
well, no, like I
What was
like
that?
with Lucifer. I've read a bit of Lucifer. I've seen the Nerd Report movie, but TV show wise, there wouldn't be something I go, oh, I can't wait to see that, or I'm interested in that. For some reason, it seems like they're kind of just trying to find properties now to turn into TV shows to try and get to garner that reputation of an Arrow or a Flash or a Daredevil or whatever,
Yeah.
Like what with Constantine, I watched a few episodes of that and I quite liked it, but was it a case of ratings being why it couldn't go ahead, or what happened in that circumstance? Do you
I
know?
think it was kind of a bit of ratings. It's also not kind of it's not done by NBC, so they were paying like Warner Brothers to do it. So it's obviously like they weren't going to make much money on it. Like
Okay.
it was being aired on a Friday night, but it's also the show itself. It just didn't have anything to set it apart. Like if you've watched Supernatural, you can like what Constantine's going to be like,
Right.
and you needed to kind of like you needed to be kind of a bit more brave.
Mm.
Either go a bit more horrific, or like embrace the character's kind of comic roots and like name check the heck out of like certain things that he's come across,
Yeah. Yeah.
rather than just have a little Easter egg. It's nice to have the Easter egg, but you know, when the genre TV at the minute is starting to kind of go through a nice little boom phase.
Mm.
Yeah.
You need to have better stuff if you're going to like last.
Yeah.
It was a bit safe in a way.
Yeah.
And would you find
Sorry?
that companies should adapt certain properties? Like, it's not a case of Constantine having NBC, or the NBC having Constantine. Would say the likes of Showtime or HBO be a better place to produce that kind of show?
You could have done like a mini series, like maybe 8 episodes of a Constantine storyline, and just go all out.
Mm.
Yeah.
And
Like,
you would go, yeah, you'd be talking about it more.
like for example, Penny Dreadful. That was by Showtime. If Constantine had a bit of that production value behind it,
Yeah.
I would imagine it would be a spectacular show.
Mm.
I think it's the that they had to keep it to a certain audience more than the
But
production value. I don't think the production value was that bad.
It was it looked well, but I don't think it
No.
had the edge that like something like Penny Dreadful had. And bizarrely, like Hannibal on the same network, NBC, that's a gory show, and it's kind of unsettling. And like if they went for that, I think they would have actually piggybacked off each other quite nicely.
Mm-hmm.
But alas, like they're gone now. So also NBC is kind of like one of the worst networks to actually air a show anyway. Because
Yeah, they ruined Heroes.
it's not even that. Like they were kind of like the network for a while, and then they just kind of like messed up everything, and now they're kind of like last place.
Mm.
When they were the network, it was like when Frasier was around.
Yeah, it's like Frasier, Friends. Like I think what else that they might have had. Like they had like the big kind of comedy shows, and then I think they
Yeah.
had Desperate Housewives as well at one stage, maybe. Like
Yeah, it definitely wasn't the kind of shows we're talking about here
no.
that they were big off.
Heroes was a fluke. It was just coming in on the wave of like superhero characters becoming mainstream enough.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then I don't think the Heroes Reborn is going to be any use. I'm almost like confident that it's just going to suck.
Mm.
I'm not saying that you're wrong there. I'm just really interested in hoping that it will be good because when it was good, it was really good.
Yeah,
It
but I
just
think a
kind
lot
of
of other
screwed itself
shows have
along.
passed it by.
What's that?
A lot of other kind of shows have passed it by in being quality.
Yeah, in the same kind of genre. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even what was that one that was on Sci-Fi that they only stopped after 2 series?
Another one. Yeah, another one you're on about. That
Um,
wasn't bad, and I got a bit annoyed. I thought that actually was getting better.
yeah,
Alphas, was that it?
Alphas. Yeah, I liked Alphas.
Yeah.
I really liked Alphas, and the way that ended on a cliffhanger and never came back was really annoying. Even though they gave it one more series,
I
it's
think
like what?
I thought they were gonna. I thought I heard rumbles that they might have done a comic to finish it off.
I'd have to look into that. But
I know Revolution's getting a comic to finish it off.
I couldn't be less interested.
I did watch the first episode, and my girlfriend watched it. Generally, we'll watch a show, and she'll go, "Yeah, you can watch that on your own. I'm not going to waste my time with it."
Yeah.
And she looked at that and went, "No way."
Yeah.
Like 3 days after they've lost electricity, they're killing each other over coffee, and it's
Yeah.
like, no.
Yeah.
And like she just had no time for it. So yeah, and that was the guy who created bloody Supernatural. So you're going, what? Like, was that the only good idea the guy had?
And wasn't produced J.J. Abrams was behind the producing as well.
Yeah, like, but I think a lot of people are starting to see through J.J. Abrams' mystery box stuff that, like, it's basically nothing but air.
I really like Fringe. I think Fringe kept its quality to the end.
Yeah, but I think he really didn't have anything to do with Fringe after pretty much the pilot.
Yeah.
He had his name attached, but I don't think he was actually really involved. Like Alcatraz, he kind of directed the first episode as well, I think.
Yeah.
And
Really?
that was just another big bag of air.
Yeah. Well, on a downer, we finish it there. I think we both have to check out the Lucifer pilot, and maybe the Minority Report one too. No Max van Sydow in this one though.
No.
No,
Well, we get to
Sydow.
see him in Star Wars.
Oh yeah, there's lots of cool people coming on to Star Wars, yeah. And the spin-offs.
Yeah. Rogue One.
Sorry?
Rogue One.
Yeah, Rogue One. There's lots of pictures from that coming out as well.
Classic Stormtroopers, yeah. Liking it.
Yeah. Hopefully they're a bit more intimidating than they were on the original series. Like even in the original series, those guys didn't. They were just numbers. It was just all
Yeah.
about numbers with them.
Did you see that bit in the original Star Wars movie where the Stormtrooper kind of clocks his head on the door?
Yeah, and they took her out in the special edition.
They did not.
They did. I think it was in the first set of special editions, but though it might be one of the special editions.
Special editions.
Special editions.
Yeah, I don't know.
The Christian Hayden Christensen edition.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
I've just stepped on the rake of my fandom.
The guy, he just can't. He can't act.
Well, to be fair, like he doesn't have the kind of range that Ewan McGregor has to do all those horrible lines.
I remember at the time that I think Ryan Philippe was kind of up for it.
Yeah.
And he would have actually sold, like, possibly being a bit likable, but when he went bad, you go, yeah, he is a bad person.
Mm.
Yeah. Do you remember Way of the Gun? That was a really good movie with him and
Yeah,
Benicio del Toro.
it
They
is.
came off as really likable, horrible guys.
I'm actually trying to find out. Ryan Phillippe is kind of doing some TV show that's kind of like, something big and
Oh yeah,
genre.
Iron Fist. They have a possibility of him being Iron Fist.
Oh yeah, he's doing a USA. Do you remember that Mark Wahlberg film Shooter?
Oh, there's going to be a TV version of that.
Yeah, but it's based
That
on
was
his
a lot of
book
fun, that
series
movie.
that was pretty damn good, and a lot of them. So you could do a TV show based on it, on the
Yeah.
character, and it would be actually it could actually be decent and not like a bad action vehicle like the film was.
Yeah. Apparently there is going to be a Jack Reacher around too.
And a decent director, as far as I know.
I've been holding onto that for ages since that movie came out.
Is this some?
Did you not know Jack Reach around too?
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, now I got it. Yeah, I was actually too busy thinking of something else. I staying on topic.
All I was thinking about.
Yeah, but that looks like kind of like what you were saying with Shooter, because there's so many books.
Yeah.
They could do that character forever in movies or TV. It's the same way with them Shooter apparently. But I think we better finish off. We're taking an awful lot of time for so many little subjects on this this one.
We digressed with spectacular aplomb.
Yes, we didn't even need any games news, which we haven't got much of anyway. So we'll finish off there, and lots of things to look forward to next week. Comic book wise, there's trees coming out, the next trees, and the next Rat Queens. Rat Queens is back, deadly. With a new artist, how they won't get delayed so much, and hopefully I'll have the interview with the creator there for the website. So hopefully that'll come true. And how about yourself, Chris?
Next week,
Well, the coming week.
I just bought a lot of stuff today that I've not. Sometimes you just get a pile of comics and you're kind of looking forward to them, but also find like it's a weird chore as well.
Yeah. It's like,
but I read
do this.
I read Bombshells today. The the DC.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I read that today, and I was really impressed with it. It's set in the 1940s, and it's pretty much female based. You have Batwoman in it, who's also a baseball player who's called Batwoman. Of course, as you do,
Bean.
And then you've got the version of Supergirl, and that is actually Russian, and she's on the Easter. She's fighting against the Nazis, and then you've got Wonder Woman, who's Themyscira is hidden, and they discover, and humanity discovers it when they have a dogfight between the Allies and the Nazis over it, and they come. It's really cool, actually. It's I just picked it up and I'll give it a go, but I really enjoyed it so much that I actually went, I'm going to write a review about it, and I wrote it there and then, and then a lot of good fun, but there's loads I've got to read and have a look at, and loads of Kickstarter stuff that I've gotten and picked up and read, and so there's.
Speaking of which, if you do find a copy of Hound, which I couldn't find at Comic-Con,
it's in Big Bang.
Big Bang. Okay, well, I might come up there because I'm off for a couple of weeks during my birthday week and the week after.
There's just to let you know as well, this Saturday, Kieran Gillen will be signing in store, along with Tula Latoy, I think, who did the art on Supreme Blue Rose. So both of them will be there from 11 to 1 Saturday.
She did the current issue of The Wicked and Divine as well.
Yeah.
She's really good. She's got a great, great eye for detail.
So
Yeah,
so they've got loads of stuff there. So Phonogram came out today, an issue. Phonogram, so I picked that up. I picked up the Wiccan and Divine. Just have a look at it there, and he's done. Kieran Gillen, he's written Vader for Darth Vader, so I'll definitely get a few things signed, and I'll probably pick up something that morning. But they do have a few copies of Hound, definitely.
All right, cool. How much is it roughly around?
It's 25 quid. Apparently, all proceeds go to them. The Big Bang don't keep anything.
Oh, cool. Well, that's
Very nice of them.
that's not bad for a hardcover book.
And it's a great book.
Yeah.
Absolutely
No, I
beautiful.
definitely had a look at his copy there, but he had to inform me that there was none downstairs even.
Yeah.
No copies to be sold there. So I might check that out. Yeah. How about yourself, James? Anything looking forward? Are you still stuck on Arkham Knight?
I'm making my way through Arkham Knight and developing a phobia of driving the Batmobile.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, yeah. Jesus.
Who wants that? Whoever wants to be afraid
Um,
of?
And the thing is, it looks so awesome, and then it drives so bad.
Yeah. So fucking clunky. Like it's like all the ads were "Be the Batman," and he ended up to "Be the Batmobile." That's it. It's like what the fuck.
It's a strange one. It's still a great game.
Storm up this, so I'm gonna have to bleep him out.
Yeah, it's still a great game, but I'm having trouble with that damn car.
Yeah.
Not surprised. A lot of people are saying it's like it's like if you want to play a tank game more than a Batman game.
I've played Halo where you drive the Warthog, which was like one of the craziest things to drive.
Yeah.
And I miss driving that compared to the Batmobile.
Yeah.
Like in Halo, you go over a lollipop stick and suddenly your car would flip. And the Batmobile is worse than that.
Mm.
Who in the name of HP left this lollipop stick here?
I know. God damn it.
I'll frag you. Anyway, yeah, I think we'll leave it there because of all the time we use, but we'll have plenty of other things to talk about next week, hopefully, and we'll have Evan back for some games news, possibly. He's working away. He's just getting used to his new job and hectic
He's
week
adapting.
this week. Yeah.
He's adapting.
He's adapting. We all have to adapt sometime.
Yes.
Yeah. And so until next week, carry on adapting, everybody, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. I usually name us off.